Hello awesome people of YouTube, welcome back to another game of Starcraft 2. This is going to be the second game between Netherlands and Denmark. If you have not seen the previous game, I really recommend watching it. It is going to be in the description where the links are linked to all of the games from this series. Now of course if you see that some of them are private, it means they haven't been released yet. So this game is going to be the second game, as I mentioned. It's going to be a Terran versus Protoss. We're going to have, on the top left hand side, we have spawning, we have uThermal representing the Netherlands. Now he is from AT Gaming, so representing both AT Gaming and Netherlands. Now his recent, the most recent minor tournament he's won is the 2015 second place DSCL Invitational 2015. That is the last thing he's won. And of course his opponent, we have introduced him in the previous game, SpaceMarine. He was the winner of the last game, so of course it's a spoiler at this point if you haven't clicked one of the links below. He is representing Denmark, and he is on Team Redbloods. Now he doesn't actually have any top 4 wins with any tournaments, so unfortunately for him, could not really give him any credit where credit is due. But on the other hand, this dude is Grandmaster, so have to give him a bit of credit for that. So does look like we have a full-on scout here. Now I assume that SpaceMarine, oh, he's actually right inside his base at the moment, so he is seeing exactly what's going on. Probably gonna get trapped inside here with this, yeah, as I thought. Gonna get it trapped just to basically kill him off in a few moments. It's free 50 minerals. And of course, you can't really deny yourself that. So let's see how that progresses. Looks like we do have uThermal building a command center. Expanding pretty early. I mean, it's just one base since he started off. So this is quite an early one. Does look like Double Reaper actually is the option of choice here. Does not actually build a single one or even a Marine. So probably looking to punish the early expand here from SpaceMarine. And at this point, looks like there's a Stalker on the way. I don't think that Reapers will be very good against handling Stalkers. 2 Reapers do of course win against the Stalker, but you will lose one of your Reapers if you don't micro it away. So it looks like this probe seen pretty much everything up until the point of these Reapers coming out. So there we go, finally getting it taken out. And now gonna head on away down to the bottom. Now he's not choosing to go any more Reapers, so standardizing the game and just removing the harassment from his playstyle. Now by the time these Reapers make it here, there is already a pylon ready to overcharge this, so this mothership core is going to be in place. So of course, if the Reapers get a little bit too close, the overcharge will go down and she will start to do a lot of damage. Now this one Reaper is starting to get a little bit close to death. Definitely doesn't want to get too close. That was actually a mistake there. I think that must have been a misclick there from SpaceMarine. Overcharging that pylon, just wasting a little bit of energy. Does look like there's an early robotics bay coming out here. And just to note, this was put down after 1 gateway. And there we go, now is throwing down a few more gateways. Now I'm not sure why he pulled off 2 probes to do this, considering you can do it with 1. Bit strange. SpaceMarine doing some strange tactics here. As Whiter I would say, special tactics. Now it does look like a 2-1-1 build actually. So 2 barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport, and that's quite alright. I suppose he's going to be able to make a lot more units by the time that starport is up. Maybe potentially get up enough units to do a full Marine drop, maybe even 2 of them at this point. And in terms of attack, there is just 1 Stalker here, not going to be really able to do anything. Now if you have a quick look at the army as well, you can see that the army supply is very, very close. I mean, it's only 13 to 12. And it's really going to depend who has forces where. So if somebody's forces are out of position, then, you know, the other person's army is going to be much more dangerous. Now I'm expecting to see... Ooh, look at that. Double Liberators actually being made. I thought he was going to do some sort of medevac drops. This map is very good for medevac drops simply because there's so much space to fly around. But it does appear that there is pylons being made just to prepare for this. Twilight Council also on the way here. Now, I believe he's probably going to go for Blink Stalker simply because he did decide to open up with a Stalker. So I have a strange feeling. It doesn't really say anything 100%, but it kind of suggests it. So 2 SCVs have been killed here. Oh, this Warp Prism getting taken out here. uThermal, very well played here, managing to take out the Warp Prism before it does any significant damage. And I do believe that at this point, SpaceMarine has lost a lot more than he's actually gained in this. So 1 probe, which was killed inside the base, the Adept and the Warp Prism, and all he's killed off is 3 SCVs and 2 Reapers. So very good position for uThermal here, I believe. Now he has decided to send off a Marine to his death, just do a bit of scouting. Gonna get obviously destroyed here as soon as he gets here. But that Zealot looks surprisingly dark. It's as if he's like the leader. Interesting. Now, like in the last game, if you're from either Netherlands or Denmark, show your support below in the comment section. Say something and cheer on your own nation. Looks like there was the Liberator harassment going off here, but of course probes had to be pulled off. Now 2 of these are going to be able to kill off units very quickly. 2 Stalkers have been taken out already. 4 Stalkers taken out. 5 Stalkers. I think he's going to probably get the 6th one as well. There we go. I think at this point that was actually quite worth it for him. I mean, he's obviously lost a lot of resources on those Liberators, but at the same time, he has 1, he's destroyed 2 probes. 2, he's disrupted mining for about 15 to 20 seconds. That was quite a long time that there was no mining going on. And 3, he's actually killed off 6 total Stalkers with those. So this, again, worth it. Absolutely worth it, I have to say. 3 units in total. Oh, 4 units. So that, a bit of miss micro there. Pulling those Stalkers back a little bit early. I honestly see him making more and more of these because this was absolutely worth it for him. So there's 1 coming down on the way now. Let's have a quick look here. There's this command center actually being prepared as well. And there we go. He's actually pumping out 2 Liberators at the same time. This is absolutely worth it for him. And I think he should continue doing this until he absolutely starves SpaceMarine of resources. So he's got a Scout Marine here just to prevent any sort of expansions. That's quite alright. Look at this. This is actually going to come here. I do believe that if the Mothership Core is around, she will be able to overcharge this and take out the Liberator very quickly. You might want to just throw down that circle there. Just see if you can catch out one of these Stalkers while they're not paying attention. Observer is over here just standing waiting to see if there's going to be any units leaving the base. At the moment, looks like the game is pretty standard. There's a disruptor on the way. I do believe he already has a few. There we go. 2 disruptors already on the map. So he's basically building up his army. Now his army is composed right now of mostly ranged units, just 1 Zealot in that. And I do believe that getting upgrades right now would be quite crucial for him. If you take a look here, there's no upgrades on the damage, shield or armor. So I think he should get level 1 damage if he's focusing so much on this build. And actually there is the Liberator doing more damage here. There you go. Actually losing the Liberator very quickly here. But at the same time, 5 probes and 1 Stalker. I have to say, the trades that he's getting with these Liberators are very, very much worth it. Definitely, 100%. Okay, so this Marine, actually perfect time for it to come down. This probe here, as you can see, on the way down, he did see the rocks were broken. So he's going to see this Nexus coming up. He's going to see the exact timing of it. He's also seeing having a big attack here, as you can see, a nice spread, and also the Liberator starting to do significant damage here. So 1 kill already, and of course denying the surface area for the Protoss army to engage. At this point, 2 Liberator circles. This one will definitely want to move because it's going to be a little bit too close. And currently, looks like he's absolutely denying any sort of access for SpaceMarine out of his base. Taking out more and more units, does manage to snipe an Immortal there, but of course loses the Liberator for it. Now 2 more Liberators on the way, that's 3 in total. I think that there's such a good position here, and there you go. GG has been called. uThermal takes game number 2 between Netherlands and Denmark. That brings our score all the way up to 1 each. And very well played by both players. Okay, so 1 each. We're doing pretty well right now. It does look like we're going to have a little bit of a longer series. and I will see you guys in game number 2. Now, of course, if you have enjoyed this, please leave this a thumbs up, and of course subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. I'll see you guys in game number 3.